They are actually, their head of marketing is called Daniel Akwanget. He says that they did not know that they'd get that overwhelming support. And he says that most of the people who are going to shop to market in China stores are TikTok influencers. So they are indirectly advertising for them. And most of the people who have been shopping, who are reporters interviewed, some of them are saying prices are really cut. Like some who are bought chandelier lights. People who are buying like stuff for TVs, electronics.
What is that one thing that would take you to Chinatown, Pam? You, that would take you to Chinatown,
I think,
to buy that you couldn't find somewhere else?
I think it's the furniture. Yeah, I think I would do it because I've seen on social media their furniture, the dining sets and stuff like that. Yeah,
beds
and maybe, but
I
electronics,
it's
man,
it's time
electronics from China. You know, China products, they're okay. They are made for particular markets. I think that's how China works. They have products made for Africa. They have products made for Europe. They have products made for but they can actually do really good products. And then those products that last or have a warranty of like 1-2 years and stuff like that.
How is the security in Chinatown? Because we have threats around.
Yesterday it was closed briefly, but then it was reopened because of the big numbers that it attracted. So police had to come in and close it briefly, but again they reopened it. And business is going on as usual.
There's somebody who's listening who doesn't even know where Chinatown is.
Yeah, that's where it's located.
All right. Away from that, what is really happening in this beautiful country of ours?
Well, let's go straight to the threats that you just stated. U.S. Embassy released a statement to its citizens telling them, please keep off schools, keep off malls, and busy places. That is what the directive was. What do they usually call it? An advisory to the U.S. citizens. So we've had security organs come out. The UPDF spokesperson, Felix Kulaije, came out and stated that they do not disregard the U.S. advisory to their citizens. But these threats from Al-Shabaab, that's what they were saying, that they're relating the threats to Al-Shabaab, have been ongoing. That the fact that security organs are silent does not mean that they do not know of what is happening. They have underground intelligence operations happening. Then also police spokesperson Chituma Rusoke also stated that he gave actually measures. He's saying people who are going to busy places like tax parks, bus parks should be checked. And then people who are going to malls, they should beef up their security, have those measures of checking people at entrances.
I've been to pass by Acacia Mall, I think it was on Sunday. Sunday or Monday. I don't remember, one of those days. And
Ugandans never take things seriously until actually something happens.
There was security. You know, these guys like we see in the movies, like they combat. Security with the rifle walking. And I was like, oh, okay, now this is real. But they were just there standing, and some people were even taking pictures with them, like.
Maybe they have their way of, but I don't think that security organs will operate like that. They will usually have covert. Like you'll see these guys who are even taking selfies. Some of them are security guys.
You never know who is who.
We are not covering ourselves with blankets. We are alive to this fact, and we are taking the threat very seriously. But what is most important and what we underscore most is we rely on the people in taking our message very seriously. Malls should heighten and also maintain the measures that are supposed to be in place. We are supposed to have access control where people are checked in public transport areas like parks, taxi parks and bus parks. We call upon the leadership in those areas to heighten but also to maintain a good and substantial level of vigilance.
They knew about this, but they did not tell us. It's the Americans that tipped the country off and put us in panic.
You see? That's why they didn't tell us.
Whoever leaks those documents.
That's why because you'll see a Kavera thrown in the middle of the road and
you'll start, hey. But anyway, it's a good thing. Now that we know to be able in Dala.
Let's hope that actually, one of the things that he stated is that Ugandans, the problem is taking things seriously. Like if we have told you, like in public places, let's maintain security, let's make sure that people are checked and all that, Ugandans will not do it.
Exactly.
So if we all come collectively and be vigilant enough and then report any suspicious looking items, we shall fight this together.
One thing you can count on, you can bank on, is that for sure we shall be here to update you each and every single second of the day. Muga Mozambique, Poligano, Guida. We are live on our YouTube, Galaxy FM/TV. Away from that, what else do we have?
Now, the Mityana South Member of Parliament, Richard Lumu, remember last week was granted leave to introduce Administrations Act bill, amendment bill.
Yes.
And yesterday he did hold a presser in Parliament, and he explained what the bill is about. And some of the things that he talked about, of course, is the opposition, majority members of opposition fronting 3 candidates, the majority party in opposition fronts 3 candidates as compared to them imposing 1 candidate, allegedly imposing 1 candidate to be the LOP. And his suggestion is let's have 3 candidates from the leading party, like for instance NUP, and these are voted by opposition members. The other thing he was proposing is that the censure motion also for collecting signatures, for instance, to censure ministers or censure commissioners or MPs, whichever kind of censure, reduces from 177 signatures to 100. The other thing he was like, the runner-up in presidential elections should be given a position of an ex-official in Parliament. That means if President Museveni comes as number 1, who is his runner-up?
Okay.
I think that's what he meant. And then, of course, he stated that other things like the whip of there should be a whip for independent members of Parliament, among other proposals. That is in his amendments. However, opposition MPs have dismissed, not even MPs, but opposition parties have dismissed this proposal. The FDC Najana Nkumbi spokesperson yesterday also dismissed it, and then we also had the interim president for Katonga faction, who FDC still, who also dismissed it.
The leader of opposition, it will be very easy for someone to infiltrate those opposition members and elect someone who is favorable to government. So we call upon the opposition leadership in Parliament, led by NUP, to offer leadership and mobilize the opposition parties, its stakeholders, to block this redundant amendment.
Right Honorable, we will be defeating it of the Constitution, where power is derived from the people. So it's the reason we opposed an amendment to tinker with a position that provides for the authority of...
What does he mean to tinker? I'm lost there. To what?
To tinker.
Some people speak English and you feel like you didn't go to school, man. You feel like your English is
There's no budget
to tinker. Oh, Mamanze. We shall keep you posted. What else do we have happening?
Presidential CEO Forum. This is mostly a forum that happens with CEOs of private sector, and it's about the private sector coming to promote or engaging with departments of government agencies and ministries to ensure that Uganda develops. So the Presidential CEO Forum has been chosen this time around to happen in northern Uganda, to be particular in Gulu City. And today at the Uganda Media Center, we did have several officials, ministers who were discussing about this CEO Forum and why they chose Gulu as the place. What they explained is what we have to know, that is agriculture remains the backbone of Uganda's economy. And then it employs about 70% of the population. So according to the minister, State Minister for Agriculture, is called Fred Bwina. He was actually stating that the reason they chose northern Uganda is because it has a lot of arable land. And northern Uganda has got a good land, much as it's just free, but it's also good for animal and plant production. And then secondly, it is also one area that is the center of several borders that Uganda exports to. For instance, the border with Kenya, both Uganda, South Sudan.
Kenya?
Yes. Kenya.
Northern Uganda, Kenya.
Yes, he said northern Uganda.
Like the Gulu side, Kenya.
Yes, it is. Okay, let's say it is. Did
I get our map wrong? Or?
It is strategically positioned with where exports go.
All right.
He mentions Kenya, where 40% of our exports go. Then he mentions South Sudan and the DRC. Okay. Yeah.
And the purpose of choosing the northern Uganda and Gulu City as the venue for the CEO, Presidential CEO Forum is to reflect on what the government of Uganda has done and its plan is to do to tap into the big potential of northern Uganda. As you are aware, the biggest chunk of arable land in Uganda is located in northern Uganda. And on top of that, the conditions in northern Uganda are very good for agricultural production, including both crop and livestock. And as we have already said, northern Uganda shares border with the 3 main destinations of our exports: Kenya, Southern Sudan, and DRC.
Well, for a long time, you know, that was a region that was associated with war, bad weather, and all that. So now I think since the region is back to stability, it's time for it to be tapped into, and I think it's a step in the right direction. Most of us will be coming your way during the day. You can check out Pamela Isamatachom's social media platforms, PIA.
Yeah.
And of course, coming up next is if you are there, I have very wonderful people from KHM who are going to be telling us what Agwan Tovao.
Jikonkone Galaxy TV. 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 Jikonkone Galaxy TV.